afternoon, friends. In the context of smart city, the delivery of public service in urban space is very important. Smart city, as I understand, is not only about infrastructure, roads and transports and in building. Ultimately, it's about community living, and the urban living can be improved once the delivery of public services in that particular urban space is transformed and delivered efficiently. I would like to give the example of Passport Seva project, which has been unveiled in the country during last 4 years, how we have been able to deliver services smartly in Passport Seva Kendras. Because of paucity of time, I will dwell only on the key aspects. I will not go into different technical and managerial aspects of the project. In brief, the Passport Seva project is being done in PPP mode with the Tata Consultancy Services. The project was started in pilot mode in 2010, and within a short span of time, in 2 years, we were able to create a network of 77 Passport Seva Kendras all over India. It's a global, universal and comprehensive project. When I say global, means any passport application submitted anywhere in the world is being done through that system. Whether you apply in Delhi or in Guatemala in Latin America, the same system is available to Indian citizens living whether in India or abroad. It's universal, it's not age specific. A child who is just a 1 day old to somebody who is 100 plus, they can avail of passport services. And it's comprehensive. It's not only about online application, or it's not only about one app. It's not only about one SMS alert. It's for the entire life cycle of a service. From accessing online information to visiting Passport Seva Kendra, and until you get a passport service, the packet arriving at your place, we take care of the entire life cycle of the passport issuance process. So in that context, it's comprehensive. It's, of course, ICT has enabled the delivery of the passport services. We have a centralized database. We have the facility of status tracking. We have a national call center. We have integrated ourselves with each police district in the country. Home Ministry may not be integrated with the police department, the police districts, but the Passport Seva is one of the project where we have linked ourselves electronically with all police districts of the country. We are connected with the immigration. We have gone to the next stage of mobile governance, where people can get updates through SMS and through mobile app. Well, the business model, which the PPP has been quite successful in this area. There are very few examples of PPP mode in service sector. In our country, most of the PPP examples are in, well, infrastructure sector, where a lot of investment is required. But in government service delivery sector, where government service is primarily a statutory service, there are very few examples, and Passport Seva stands out. Though it's in PPP mode, the strategic and the sovereign control of the system and assets is with the government. A lot of government process re-engineering was done. The e-governance is less about IT and more about the governance. That's my firm belief after 5 years of doing this project. We have segregated entire range of functions into front end and back end. So those functions which are front end, which did not require sovereign decision making, have been earmarked for service provider, and the rest of the functions are retained by the government. Lot of importance to security. When we are talking about smart city, the security will inevitably be important component of our life in today's world. So in case of passport and travel documents, where security has become important, particularly about 9/11, in Passport Seva, a lot of focus has been given on this dimension. A few years back, you were not required to visit a Passport Seva Kendra. The government did not know a citizen. Identity was based on application and a photograph, and many times these photographs were interchanged for malified regions. Now we require each and every citizen to be present. It's not inconvenience for citizen. Government is giving time to see him. The government is seeing him. Earlier system, the government didn't have time for citizen. So when we are meeting citizen in a Passport Seva Kendra, we are earmarking quality time and we are welcoming him so that the decisions are taken in front of him. So the whole paradigm of governance had changed. Change management. No smart thing can happen unless we change. We may have a beautiful city with all the nice concrete infrastructure, but do you think that living will become easier? Unless we change ourselves to live smartly, smart city concept will not be realized. So in the context of the government sector, unless we change, unless rules, regulations, the way we function are changed, e-governance cannot bear fruits. In case of Passport Seva project, a lot of emphasis was given on change management, and stakeholders range from applicants, citizens, to government staff, to media. In the beginning, when we started the concept of compulsory visit, there were a lot of protests. The citizen didn't like, because earlier they could pay some amount to travel agent who can go and represent him. In the new system, they have to make that journey to Passport Seva Kendra. People did not like. But through persuasions, through public dissemination of information, public education, we were able to convince. In 2 years' time, now there is not a murmur why they should not visit a Passport Seva Kendra in person. This was possible. Change management of the government staff was possible through training program, through special incentive scheme, through awards and stakeholder consultations. We believed in consensus building and a building of coalition. We worked with like-minded group, like-minded people, and came to the stage where changes became easier to adapt. Lastly, it also became successful because we implemented it swiftly. From pilot to the final rollout, which involved creation of DC and DRC, creating application, creating 77 Passport Seva Kendra, all were compressed in 24 months. No government project in the country was done at this speed and swiftness. So since we were able to deliver completely the project to the country within a short span of 24 months, the impact was immense. So the point I am making is, if the project goes on dragging, the people will lose interest. So at some point of time, the swift and innovative and dynamic implementation, we have not stuck to what RFP said. RFP has been dynamically interpreted in the context of designing of smart cities, and implementation of the smart city project, especially with respect to delivery of government services in modern urban space. Thank you.